Warning, this video contains over-the-snow cross-country travel in lieu of staying on the trail. While hiking in the shoulder season in the mountains, you may run into trails that still have not melted out from snow. And in those situations, you may not be able to find the trail tread for long distances, requiring you to travel over the snow without any aid of finding the trail. Do not continue unless you are well-versed in off-trail backcountry travel and over-the-snow travel. Hiking on snow when the weather is warm during the shoulder seasons or during the summer can be and is dangerous because the snow is warm, slushy, and slippery, and you can and will lose footing. Do not continue if you are not comfortable with these conditions, and go find a different trail. Good morning and welcome to Cooley Outdoors. I am your host, Brandon Scott. The camera's having difficulty with too much sunshine, and I am not in Rex. I am in my parents' pickup truck called Park Hopper. It's a black Ford F-150, and with me today is going to be my father. He's using the bathroom right now. But today's adventure is we are in Mount Rainier National Park, and we are going on a bike and hike adventure. We are going to be riding our bikes up the Westside Road to, at the bare minimum, Round Pass. And then also at the bare minimum of hiking, we are going to go up to Lake George and Gobbler's Knob. If we have time, we might go do more stuff, but that's what we're going to be doing. It is 3.8 miles one way from where we can park at the end of the drivable portion of the Westside Road to Round Pass, and then it's like a mile and a half, 2 miles from Round Pass up to Gobbler's Knob. It is a gorgeous Sunday, sunny afternoon, and we are going up high elevation to escape the heat. Thank you for joining us.
Mount Rainier. Obviously, when you're doing a hike in Mount Rainier, you're gonna do some. Got some specific books for it. First one, 50 Hikes, Mount Rainier National Park by Mr. Spring. Hike number 7, Gobbler's Knob. And this one includes the road being washed out, so 12.5 miles round trip to Gobbler's Knob. Road walk or bike 7.5 miles, and trail 5 miles. With a nice little mappy map around past 3,900 feet, Lake George 43, and Gobbler's Knob 55. And then the other book, Day Hike Mount Rainier by Ron Judd. He only goes as far as saying a day hikeable to Lake George, which is 8.6 miles round trip, including the road walk. Thinks going to Gobbler's Knob at 12.5 miles isn't short enough to be a day hike, but again, if you bicycle it, you can get it done in a day like we are. Nice, warm, sunny day. Let's go hit the trail. Ta-da! Westside Road, and park there. Heck of a lot more people than we thought there was going to be. And then this side creek dumps in. Still lots of snow in that chute there. Perfectly timed. Gonna ride up with a park ranger. Huh? Yeah. So that dirt pile back there, if you have watched the snowshoeing, the Westside Road video, that is where I shot that long exposure. And that was the end of the hike for the day. Waterfall! I see a waterfall. Toot, toot. That's not the phone I want. See? Waterfall. Ooh, it's already warm in the sunshine.
Every time I was supposed to get out on my bike and ride for a while before I do this.
You mean like how you were supposed to practice walking up hills with weight on before we did Mount St. Helens? Little different scenery this time. Huh? That was me before going up the
dosey wallops to the campground a couple weeks ago. I don't remember the last time I touched a bike. Then I decided to go for a 13-mile bike ride. Zoom, 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 zoom. Little different conditions going up the Westside Road this time versus the last time. And it was, I don't know, March? Maybe? And there was still feet of snow on the ground. So, my father has done this once on bikes, but as you may or may not have heard him say, it has been 2.5 to 3 years since he's touched a bicycle. And when I was volunteering for Mount Rainier National Park the summer after my freshman year, I took my bike a little ways up this road a couple times, but I never made it to Round Pass. This is all pretty much brand new territory to me. Oh, that's an even cooler one. Oh, that sunshine is warm. And then the mountain over there. Adjustment time? Adjustment time? Huh?
I found shade.
Yeah. Yep. So, if you're wondering why this road looks to be in perfectly good condition for vehicles but is closed to vehicles, this is why. Tahoma Creek comes shooting out of this gap here, and it's got a full frontal assault on the road. And you may think, well, that's not too bad, it hasn't done anything. Not this year yet, but at least 2 or 3 times a year it sends a nice little debris flow down, and it's got to smack up against this before continuing its way downstream. And it's taken this section of road out a couple of times, and understandably the Park Service doesn't want vehicles stuck on the wrong side of a debris flow, or even worse, be caught in the debris flow. You can see how high some of this gravel is here. Those are from older debris flows. So that's why we get this nice little bike ride on this gorgeous sunny day. It's because Tahoma Creek is one angry little monster, and it likes eating roads. It also likes to try and eat the bridge down where the Paradise Road crosses it at the base of Westside Road. Park Service has to come through and dredge the channel back out every 10 years or so, because it just lays down so much sediment that eventually the creek bed aggregates up to where the creek is touching the bridge. And if there was, when they made the bridge, there's supposed to be about 10 feet a gap. That's a lot of sediment deposition. Goodness gracious, we are not in shape for this. It's also very warm. I just want to take a moment to commend the Park Service and Mount Rainier staff for how nice a condition this road appears to be in, even though nobody but Park Service vehicles have been driving it for the last 15 years or so. Well graded, pea graveled in. Although my dad said when he and mom came up here a couple years ago, it was in not nearly as good a condition. So I'm sure they've decided to spend some time and some effort making it nicer, which is good on them. If only my butt was in better shape to enjoy it better. Get to the shade. Get to the shade. Bug. And as if on cue at the next switchback, there is good evidence of recent grading. So they really are putting the effort into keeping this road open for bikes and stuff as a viable hiking outlet, because there are a bunch of good trails up here. You've got the Lake George Gobbler's Knob Trail, which we're going to go do today, which is still one of the more popular trails in the park. At Round Pass to the left, go to the right side of Round Pass, and you go up what's technically called the South Puyallup River Trail, the South Fork Puyallup River Trail, which leads you to along Emerald Ridge, the north side of Emerald Ridge, to the Wonderland Trail, and a couple of parks and lakes. Then you continue further down, and you can take the, I believe it's the St. Andrews Creek Trail, which leads you to St. Andrews Park. And at the very end of the road at Clapatch Point, you can take that trail out to Clapatch Park, probably mispronouncing that too. And all these side trails, except for when they go up to Gobbler's Knob, they all connect to the Wonderland Trail, so you can make all of them lollipop loops of a sort. There's a lot of good options. It's just most people see the extra quote-unquote unnecessary road miles and they think it's too out of their reach. But again, if you just come hike this, the 4 miles one way to Round Pass, if you're a good strong hiker, it'll probably take you an extra hour and a half. And then Gobbler's Knob is an hour and a half, so that's 3 hours. That's 6 hours of hiking or so, which is a good day hike in itself. And then stuff from there, you just add the mileage. The bikes going uphill aren't going to be too much faster than hiking uphill, but where they're going to save our bacon is coming flying back down, so you can stay out for an extra hour or two, or reach out for another hour or two, because instead of having to walk down this at your 3 mile an hour walking pace, you can go flying down this on a bike at a 10 mile an hour pace. But not everybody has a vehicle that can haul bikes around. I'm fortunate because my father has a pickup truck and I have an SUV with a trailer hitch that can take a bike rack, and not everybody has the quote-unquote proper bikes. Yes, we are using mountain bikes, but if the road is in this good a condition, any street bike with at least not really thin tires, somewhat more aggressive tires, could do this. And not everybody has the skills or the wherewithal to want to ride a bike, so it just contributes, but it's definitely doable, especially when Paradise still has over 100 inches of snow on the ground. This is not the only snow-free section of the park chock full of trails. This next switchback we're coming up to that faces the mountain is called Tahoma Vista, so hopefully we will get views of the Mount Yon. I think we're going to be taking a break maybe, or we're just going to follow. Yeah, we're just going to go take a break in the shade real quick. So we have reached the Tahoma Vista spin around, and I have come to the conclusion it's called Tahoma Vista not because of the great views of the mountain, although maybe at one point there was when they first put the road in, but because before it all washed out, you couldn't hike it anymore, there was the Tahoma Creek Trail started here and went along Tahoma Creek that way, and this was the main trailhead to access Indian Henry's hunting ground. So instead of going up from Couts Creek, you went up from here, and it was like made the round trip like 4 miles shorter, and you gained almost 1,000 less feet of elevation. But a lot of time and money went into building this. This is not just a spin around point, this is a parking lot and all kinds of good stuff. You could probably fit 15, 20, maybe even 30 cars in there. And this isn't the only hairpin turn in the park that looks like this. If you go up to Sunrise, you get to Sunrise Point, that last big switchback before you drive along the top of the ridgeline to Sunrise, it looks pretty much exactly like this. And they have a trailhead here going out to whatever the lake basin is out there. But of course it's paved and holds a lot more cars, but similar design aesthetics here as they do at Sunrise Point. We're wandering around trying to find a one of those engineering benchmarks. We would think there would be one here, but I suppose maybe not. Dad's gonna take the shortcut. I'm just gonna walk the entire thing just for coolness sake. So with the what is it, the infrastructure bill that got passed specifically for public lands like national parks and such, some of that money is no doubt going to end up at Mount Rainier. And I know the Park Service has a couple of different ways they would like to reopen this to vehicles, which I think would be cool. Would open it up back to cars, and yeah, these trailheads would get a lot more traffic, but it would also allow you to spread people out a lot more. Yeah, see, here's the old Tahoma Creek Trail. You've got multiple directions going. I'm sure there was a sign here at some point. They probably just took it out because it is now closed due to the geologic hazards Tahoma Creek possesses in the form of all the mud flows it dumps out. But the Park Service, when I was volunteering, I got to sit in on some of these because I also volunteered under the park geologists and geomorphologists, and they had input into it. But down that lower section where Tahoma Creek's trying to eat into the road, they'd like to move the roadbed up the valley side a couple hundred feet, get it out of the washout area so that cars could safely drive up this. And I'm sure they'd reuse this because this is a lot of engineering work went into putting into this. This would be pretty sweet to get this back into use. That's just so cool. The old park infrastructure architecture back from the 30s, that time period, I think it's some of the coolest architecture style ever invented by man. From the road design to the trail designs to facilities like the hotels, outhouses and picnic areas and campgrounds. Everything about it is just so perfect. Designed when the point wasn't to get from point A to point B the fastest, but to get from point A to point B in the most enjoyable manner, the most enjoyable way possible, and really show off what the area has to offer. That's just too cool. Hey-ya! So we have reached Round Pass. As you can see, the road goes down that direction. We reach the top of the pass. We are at Round Pass, 4,000 feet elevation. There is a nice little trailhead marker, and what used to be the parking lot has now turned into a really prettily little done bike rack. Well, ain't that pretty? That's cool.
Just lock your bike up in that.
Yep, and lock it through a wheel.
And depending on how many people you think is going to be here.
Yeah. I can lean, we can just lean them together like that and lock them. That was pretty. Ooh, that is instantly 15 degrees cooler right here. That's nice. So you got your Gobbler's Knob trailhead there at the sign. And then fairly recently, the Park Service built this cutoff trail here to go get on Emerald Ridge, because you used to have to go down another 1.5 miles to where the other trailhead is. This takes 1/2 mile, so you cut out almost 1 mile of movement. Yeah, 0.6 miles to the South Puyallup Trail where it rejoins the Westside Road instead of riding, I think it's 1.3 miles down to that other memorial, or that other trailhead. And then right here, is the Marine Memorial. If I've got my story straight, I believe it was 1947 or 1950 or so, a plane full of Marines was flying back to the States after being in Japan shortly after World War II, and the pilot was flying through a storm and put the plane into the side of the mountain. So we will take a moment of peace and go check this out. Ooh, there's solar power. Someone brought solar powered lights up here and everything. That's cool. Of the 32 Marines, and you get, oh, that's nicely done. Good job, National Park Service. Of the 32 Marines who lost their lives in an airplane crash on December 10th, 1946, while under orders and en route from San Diego, California to Seattle. Sorry, they're coming from San Diego, not Japan. And who now lie on South Tahoma Glacier. And they are still getting parts and pieces of the wreckage coming out of the mountain every once in a while. One of the 2 summers I worked for the Park Service, was volunteering for the Park Service. I volunteered for the curator, who runs the museum, and the park geologist. And about 3 weeks into one of my summers volunteering there, someone brought down one of those oxygen tanks they used for supplied oxygen because their cabins weren't pressurized. One of those big yellow oxygen tanks. I'm sure I'll post a picture in the video stream. But so there's still pieces up there, and they're still up on the South Tahoma Glacier, which is the glacier we're staring at right now. That's a very angry sounding Puyallup River down there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of melt off going down.
Yeah. Thank you for your service, gentlemen. And of course, now that we're off the roadway onto a foot trail, the forest immediately closes in and it becomes cooler. 0.9 miles to Lake George and a hair under 2.5 to the Gobbler's Knob lookout, which, according to the Mount Rainier trail conditions page, back on the 15th when they last updated it for this trail, it was snow free except for the last 200 yards to the lookout. And I'm betting with the nice warm weather we've had since the 15th or the 19th in the last week and a half or so, I bet most if not all that snow is gone. So hopefully it should be a snow-free experience. Squishy. Well, the last couple hundred feet to Lake George is a little snowy still, but let's see if I can get a break in the trees. There's the little patrol cabin, and there's supposed to be a shelter here too. That might have got smushed by snow. We are coming up to Lake George. Sign for a campsite. Another sign for a campsite. I hear running water somewhere. That direction.
Clearing over there.
Huh? I don't see. Oh, there's the Lake George Trail there. Mm-hmm.
That away.
Be a pretty campsite.
But that water's a little chilly to swim in.
Yeah, probably.
Can't catch no fishies. You might be able to catch fishies over there in the clearing if you're so damn hungry to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
I think I'm gonna go down to the lake, go check it out. Lake George camp sign. That is a very pretty little shelter and patrol cabin. Smushed, 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 smushed. Let's see here. I'm just gonna go straight this direction down the lake. Of course, this is the problem coming out and doing trails early in the season, is you might run into snow and things still being frozen over. Nope. I hear a very lively stream coming in over there. Huh? Oh. Ooh, that's cool. Pretty, pretty. Yeah, too bad it's not snow free yet, but that just means you gotta come back again next time. Well, we have left Lake George in the distance back there, and it's gotten snowier. So I don't know if the Park Service put information in the wrong spot or if I didn't read correctly, but I thought they said it was supposed to be pretty much snow free. So we shall see how this goes. Yeah. So we need to be making this turn that direction at some point. Okay. Should be continuing to the left. Yeah. Yeah. I think people went too far this direction though. Said I think when people walk along the snow, no, this might be trail here. Okay. Shoot, Scoob, I see our destination. All right, let's see here. Camera pointing in the right direction. Hikey stick pointing in the right direction compared to the camera. The lookout is right there. I'll probably put a little red or yellow circle on the screen too. But that's our destination. We gotta go over and switch backy over there and then walk along there. So still dealing with the snow in these low spots, but when we start traversing up the sides of the ridges, the snow goes away. It's just in these low collection points. Heh. There's supposed to be a swamp under here somewhere. Probably. In all actuality. Ooh, that's really soft stuff. Yeah. We'll want to be in the trees for that. Aren't you glad you got working sunglasses today? Yeah, just a bit. Yeah. We're going, eventually we'll angle off to the left, but I think we still got to keep going. Let's see here. No, yeah, keep going off to our left somewhere. Yeah, somewhere off to this direction we'll hit the ridge and start switchbacking up. I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer in the start of this video. Danger, crossing over open snow, navigational skills required, or something of that nature. Yeah. Huh? Oh, Tweety birds, yeah. Bugs. Uh-huh. Tweety bird, Tweety bird, Tweety birds. Tweety bird, Tweety birds, Tweety birds. Suppose I'll run the camera for this crossing of this gully. Well, you know, highlight to anybody watching the dangers of hiking in the shoulder season, especially when you get up in elevation. Many of these trails are steep up hillsides and ridge lines, and it's just a pain in the butt and a steep hike in the summer. In the shoulder season in springtime, even though yes, it is the first week of summer, a lot of these steep sections are going to be snow filled, and it goes from just a steep bothersome downright possibly dangerous. Plus there's the inherent danger of when you're walking on snow, you don't actually know where the trail is. You're just taking an assumption. So your hike's going to take longer, burn more calories, and there's always the distinct possibility of getting lost. But if you have navigational aids and experience and know what to look for, you can usually plant your back butt on the trail and be good to go. It is steep though. Yeah, snow crossings, very fun, keeps it exciting. If this does not look fun to you, don't bother going on any trails in elevation till probably late July into August, because as you can tell, it is late June, and yeah, we're probably at 5,000 feet or so, but there is still plenty of snow on said trail. Now you go do a lower elevation hike, then you should be fine, because Round Pass was 4,000 feet and was snow free. So right now it's probably safe to go do almost any trail to about 3,500 feet. I just post holed, dang it. Oh, and slipped. Once you get above about 4,000 feet, unless you're out in the open, you're gonna run into snow. If you're in the forest like this, you're gonna have snow on your trail. But I think not too much longer we'll be breaking the open ridgeline to reach Gobbler's Knob, and the snow should be pretty much gone. Yeah. Yeah. Final push. Look out, somewhere sitting on top of this knob, but we've only been seeing spits and starts and little scratches of trail. It's been mostly this snow traversing, and if you're not prepared and willing to, please don't. My advice, give it another month or so to finish melting out. Huh? Somewhere in here. It does not go that way around those rocks. It comes over here on this side. Oh yeah, we might have to go up more. Woo! But yeah, YouTube, if this does not look like exactly a barrel of fun to you, don't do it. Come back later in the summer when the snow's melted out. In a normal snow year, this probably would be melted out or mostly melted out by now, but it is not a normal snow year. And no, I am not doing this just because I have the camera on my forehead. If I didn't have the camera on my forehead, I still would be doing this. That's just the kind of dummy I am. Somewhere in here is my trail, and I bet it's there. I bet that's it. Oh, no, 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 do not lose. Toe in. Yep. I got dog prints too again. Oh, crap. That sucked. Last big approach. You can just barely see a roof line there. Just got to get up this last snow slope. And then we'll be at the Gobbler's Knob. Except I gotta... You're back on trail? Oh, that's nice. Oh. Oh yeah. See, I think the trail came over. He comes over here.
Not a whole lot more though.
No.
It comes up right along that rock ledge.
Ah, a nice switch back instead of up. Okay. I guess pick your direction up onto the ridge line. Did you fart? Is it gonna be like when we went up Mount Angeles good?
This is awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, son of a...
See all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
It's better when you get to the tippy.
This is like going up to Tahoma. This is good. This is good stuff. Oh, yeah. Final ascent, baby. This is where all the money and the marbles hide. Uh-oh. Don't go downhill and retract 10 minutes of work. Oh, yeah. There's the trail. I think. Maybe. Probably should be good boys with the camera running and traverse over to the trail. I see Olympics. Yeah, that'd be the angry Tahoma. Oh yeah. Yup. This, oh, is so what it's all about. My camera's facing pretty much the direction my face is looking, right? Okay.
I see St. Helens where we were last week.
Oh yeah, look at that. There's St. Helens. So, what is that? Literally 10 days ago, we were summited up there in much less ideal weather.
Looking in the bowl.
Looking down to the bowl. And that conglomeration of snow over there is the Goat Rocks volcano, or the Goat Rocks. It's an extinct volcano. Think Mount Rainier or Mount Adams sized. I think, I want to say 35 million years ago.
That's the shirt.
That'd be Hood.
That'd be Hood there. So Adams is over there.
Just gonna be hiding over there because that's the Goat Rocks old dead volcano. There's a bunch of high trails up there too. Oh crap. And I thought we were done. I can see some Olympics.
You slide, you might be down there.
Oh yeah, that's not ideal. Great, I went from euphoria to crap my pants. Yeah, and you can't go up because you got rock. Oh, this is the pitch that would make people turn around. But there's a bunch of footprints in the way. If you're the first person doing this, then yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Do I stop and take a look or do I get vertigo? Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yes. Oh. Ignore all the clear cuts in Forest Service land. We're in National Park land. Oh. It's warm up here. Yeah. Yeah. It is. Oh, that breeze is much needed. Whew. Oh, hell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Yup. That frickin' works. Darn. You can't see Tahoma from here. You should be over there somewhere. Alright. I'll do a little geography from here real quick. So, Tahoma Creek, South Fork of the Puyallup River. Emerald Ridge is dead ahead in front of us. There is a trail going that way. Eventually leads up into the edge of the trees up there. Tahoma Glacier, one portion of the Puyallup Glacier, another portion of the Puyallup Glacier is over there, another ridge line. St. Andrews Creek is the next drainage, or yeah, St. Andrews, the big drainage way over there before you get to that last ridge line, I believe is the North Fork Puyallup River, and Clepatch Park and such down there. You can actually see that's inside the park. Don't look over there, that's outside the park, but I believe that's inside the park, and that's the end point of the Westside Road at Clepatch Park, or Clepatch Point, and then you go up to the park. But damn. Then down there, just peeking through the flat snow spot down there, is Lake George. Oh my goodness. It's time to go stake out a spot. Set up for one of the better long exposures I am ever going to take. Goodness gracious. Welcome to the Gobbler's Knob. Fire lookout, elevation 5485. And I think I'm going to find a shady spot up here on the boardwalk to set up. If I was better prepared, I would have looked up the history of this fire lookout and told you how long it's been here and so on and so forth. Off the top of my head, all I know is there's a gorgeous shot of St. Helens. There's the solar panels. But off the top of my head, all I know is that this is one of 4 lookout towers still standing in the park. The others are Ptolemy Peak, Mount Fremont, and crap, what's the one? Shriner Peak over on the east side. Now, I think I'm gonna kill this camera. So Goat Rocks, snow, Mount St. Helens over there, Mount Hood poking up there, Mount Adams is being blocked out by the top portion of Mount Wow. Holy crap. Pan over nice and slowly, walking on the hot brown paint, and boom. Tahoma Creek, South Fork Puyallup. Next one over in there, that little one is going to be St. Andrews, and then the big one in there is the North Fork Puyallup. But you don't care about that, you want that. Yay! She made it. She made it. Yeah. Not close.
scared there for a second. So I got scared there for a second. The sandwich had migrated to the bottom of my lunchbox. I couldn't find it. Mm-hmm. Some of that other fly might not be that either.
All right, we are a mere stone's throw from getting back to Lake George, but I want to roll the camera here real quick just to highlight how cool this is. Full meltwater zone right here. Clearest of clear water possible, fresh snow melt. Creek bed is overflowing, just taking everything, but not in a destructive way, but it's just up and going, and it's just an absolute thing of beauty. And Lake George has thawed out a whole hell of a lot since we were down here this morning. The outlet stream did not have that big of a hole for it. This shoreline was only about half as thawed out into the lake, and that hole on the other side was probably quadrupled in size. That has really opened up. I'd give it another week, maybe, and Lake George might be completely opened up. That hole got massive. Yeah. Yeah. Hop back on the snow. So I'm gonna do some smush. That sign was not thought out this morning. It was, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Not that much.
Well,
That hole got a lot bigger. That's cool. This road is in remarkable condition.
Yeah, like I say, the part that we went, it was not anywhere near this nice.
No, that
You were fighting rolling rocks the whole way over road.
That
This
is
is what I was expecting,
yeah,
and that's why Snoop can keep on the road.
yeah.
But you're going so slow with her that you have no forward spinning momentum.
To get over those rocks either. Yeah. Yeah, the carbon road is, for most of the way, like this. Once you get to the past the washout, it gets a bunch worse, but for most of the way it's like this. Pretty manageable and easy.
So this is nice. This is a lot better.
Walking? Yeah,
I can't do this from here.
because then everybody would be up there. This is almost fun as skiing downhill. I totally think we could go do Kaplatch Park in a day. 8 miles of road biking, and then it's like 2 or 3 miles of trail walking, and it's mostly flat-ish along the river.
On the bikes?
Well, the trail hike is flat, but on the bike you go to the end of the Westside Road, and this is the steepest part. So it'd probably take us another hour, so 2 hours to go the 8 miles to the road end, and then another hour or 2 of hiking to get to the Wonderland Trail intersection.
Yeah. Get off my ass and do some biking and build some leg muscles that'll take a
Yeah.
day's ride up a hill. Not one of them.
Yeah.
Let's see, if you can't rip over snow riding, I'm walking it.
No, there was an open patch on both of them.
I thought so.
Yeah, because this one wasn't wide enough for the park truck to go through this morning, because he made tire marks in it, but it's melted back to where his tire marks are gone now. Yeah, because it was all the way out to like here this morning.
Not so cool through here.
No,
Cold.
that feels good though. Well, we are just about back to the gate for the closed road for Westside Road. So we are just crossed the Fish Creek Bridge, and now we're coming into these avalanche rock slide gullies, which is part of the reason why the Westside Road is closed where it is. But that'll do it for today's adventure. Dad is super behind riding the bikes again up here again. I mean, it's worth it. We just rode on our butts, cruised on our butts for the last, I don't know, not even probably 40 minutes, and we covered 4 miles of road and enjoyed the heck out of it while doing it. Oh, look, there's another one there. Another waterfall and another one. Hot day, melts snow fast. Anywho, thank you for joining us on our bike riding adventure. Hopefully it inspires you to go find a bike riding adventure and go hike a bike adventure. But until next time, I'm Brandon Scott. This has been Cooley Outdoors. Stay safe, stay responsible, leave no trace. Have a good one, and ciao.